we're here on the last day, and we're kind of wrapping it up. And I guess you've got some insights and some numbers. But it's obviously a very busy show for you.
Yeah, thanks, Sean, and thanks for welcoming me back here to the Western Standard booth. And it has been a busy show, and I think I've been by the booth here a lot. You've been doing lots of interviews, but that's really extended across the event here. We last 3 days, it does take a lot of walking and a lot of time to get through and see all the stuff that's happening. I mean,
What does your pedometer say?
Yeah,
We've been
I've been pushing 24 to 26,000 a day, wearing out my new shoes that my wife kindly got me, and that was, you never buy new shoes before a trade show. I should know that.
Somewhere like
yeah.
Skechers.
But the trade show itself, it's been really a dynamic experience that we're looking to create. Look, we've got the theaters here on the show floor. We've right over here, just near us here, with our friends at Mila that are doing the methane emissions reduction Alberta, and lots of programming in and around that. Very, very popular. Big pavilion around that. Further down, we've got our next gen booth there with lots of conversations happening, and our education partners at Samain working on that.
Doing the wine and cheese upstairs.
We've got wine and cheese upstairs. We've got plug and play that's here on the show floor, and talking about future innovations. What does startup technology look like? And we've got a great equity theater too, where we get a lot of people coming through talking about what that inclusiveness looks like for that next gen of energy professionals, because we need to ensure that there's some visibility in with that we don't, that maybe that stereotype, not so much now that's been around, but that the energy sector is very much a roughnecks. And we love our roughnecks.
Yeah,
we do.
Sure.
But there's a lot of opportunities with emerging technologies in AI, for example,
Yep.
in measurements, in things working with emissions, transportation, right down to hospitality, and finding the people, the men and women that are going to come in and really help propel the growth that's been talked about here at some of the higher level conferences in the energy sector here.
Absolutely. So we were talking with Enserva this morning, and that's exactly what she was saying.
Yeah.
Finding careers for people, and there's like about 20,000 shortfall of jobs, and attracting young people and bright people into what is a dynamic sector, and a very important one as well.
A very important one, and one that here at a show like this, and that's the nice thing we really like about events, is that you can come in and you can walk the aisles and you can see. And that's what a booth is all about, is I can come in, I can get just enough information, and maybe develop that comfort that if I feel I want to know more, I can follow up online afterwards and really get some of that discovery. And I think that hasn't been lost in events for years and years and years. I mean,
Right.
Now we know we can pretty much find anything we want online and research that. But how do you know? And sometimes it's a conversation just like we're having face to face here.
Sure.
Is
and networking, and
great networking.
A lot of good government support, a lot of good speakers, premiers here 2 days in a row. A lot of cabinet ministers coming through, and I noticed that you were up for the premier's talk there yesterday, and I found it quite insightful.
I did as well. I mean, it was great to have a premier and a number of cabinet ministers, as you've noted, from different ministries, whether that's from environment, whether that's from infrastructure, whether that's talking about technology, innovation, transportation. And yes, yesterday the premier with the CEO of AltaGas, Mr. Yu, talking about opportunities to expand the export of our resources, which is very exciting, and that has direct correlation to a lot of the larger themes here at the show, which is jobs, opportunity, responsible energy development, but finding new markets and bringing back that growth, which is is many branches into the things that I like to bring it back to your average person that's looking at here. What are we really looking for in energy? It's affordability, it's access, it's equity, and it's energy security, which I know myself, might take for granted, right? I flick a light switch, light comes on. It's been like that since the day I was born. That's my expectation.
Well,
and
careers and opportunity
Yeah.
for kids and
Yeah.
for young people.
Exactly.
And education.
Yeah, so really opening
Innovation.
that up, and I think that's what a big show like this is all about, is that you're able to get thousands and thousands of people here and to be able to experience that. And we look at planning the show with a day after approach. So, and that's tomorrow.
Right.
When we kind of pause and do an after action review and think about what has changed. And you can't see everything, but some of those great collisions or new friends, old friends, the networking like you mentioned, that's going to have an effect that can go on for weeks and months and years ahead.
Absolutely. So what about some of these numbers?
We're happy to report that our pre-registration, which we were tracking very, very closely, and we saw a big jump in and around April and May. We're always watching our internationals, their ability here to travel. That's a big part of our audience that comes as we get delegates from more than 100 countries. We know there's 9 international pavilions here on the show floor. We need to get them all here to Calgary. We need to make sure they have hotels. So our pre-reg is held. We're targeting to hit about 32,000 people for over the 3 days of the show, which is just a tremendous achievement for the event to see some growth year on year, but really to maintain a solid core of audience. Now, the quality of the audience is something here that we're proud of. We, in our marketing teams, our conference teams, put a tremendous amount of effort to making sure that we all love seeing the cabinet ministers and the CEOs on stage and a lot of the high level business.
Yeah.
There's closed door policy meetings and different things happening, but we also need to make sure that we're attracting broad ranges of engineers, of energy professionals, of decision makers that have come to this show tasked with finding new technologies, new services, pushing out RFPs, and really driving business on the show floor. So we've seen a big growth in that area. A lot of them are involved with our technical programming, which we've expanded this year by 25%. So that, it's really an investment in content. And if you have that right content, that's going to get people interested. And we're able to showcase the hundreds and hundreds of exhibitors here behind us to say you've got something to see, feel, and touch, and people to meet. There's robots here working. You probably saw big equipment that you can get in and try. So you got to have that variety and be able to advertise that at the right time. We were able to successfully do that, and I'm very proud of our show team this year to achieve a number in and around that 32,000, which will be audited over the next 24 hours and then released to the media.
Excellent. So day after, I'm planning for next year starts tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So what can we look forward to in 25?
We're going to look forward to 25 is everything that we've learned from working with 3 levels of conference rooms. And, I mentioned, I think in an interview earlier that we had together, we have used every conference room. Now we're going to look at and measure through surveys to all of our delegates, our exhibitors, our attendees, and really gather data. So the next month or so is about establishing data and then presenting that through to our number of committees. We've got hundreds of volunteers that are behind this show, and that's hours and hours of work. And we have a duty and responsibility to collect that data and present that to them and say, this is our findings, this is what we think we should do next. So all that said, what's my guess on what we're going to do next year? You can look forward to an expanded outdoor exhibition area this year with bringing back some of the features that we've had before, really getting live working equipment. We weren't able to do that this year with some of the changeover in logistics, but we've got that budgeted and we're ready to roll. We've got exhibitors behind us. Second to that, you can expect us to continue to increase the number of exciting keynote speakers. We're already in touch with international contacts. We're able to bring Nick Nanos here, but we like to be the show where you can come and get some outlook, be able to walk away to say, I saw on Facebook somewhere this survey that said that. No, you want to be able to come say, I was in the seat. I was, a few feet from Nick Nanos, who said he thinks this is what Canadians are thinking. and that's what's looking for. So for more of that dynamic content, we're going to expand the exhibition floor with new pavilions that are going to represent, we want to expand in the LNG sector. We want to continue to expand on the oil and gas side of the show as well.
Sure.
Hydrogen, there's a lot here being an integrated energy event. So lots of chat about SMRs, geothermal. So really continuing to make this that all energy event. Canada's national energy events is really what we want to continue to solidify as a reputation of the Global Energy Show Canada.
Excellent. You're gonna bring back the rodeo.
You got me there, haven't you? So I'll answer that one. So we are in touch with a top rodeo producer already, and we are working up plans to see how we can make that work for 25. If I had a nickel, Sean, because it's so popular, isn't it? And what a wonderful.
One thing I missed this year.
Yeah. So stay tuned on that. That's what I'll say to the viewers and yourself. We've got a bunch of exciting announcements that will start to drop to the market. We'll see end of August, early September on next year's show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And thanks for the opportunity again to be here with Western Standard.
You've been a great host.
You've been a great partner.